Welcome back. So as promised, we're going to review the first game of the night. The second game of the night is now between the first and second period. Entertaining game between Vancouver and Montreal. Sorry, that's a spoiler, isn't it? So it's Samsonov versus Koskinen in this matchup between the Capitals and the Oilers. And this was an entertaining one as well. So Janssen Fjallby gets the first chance. That was saved. Nurse was dinged on a shot block. He would stay in the game. Backstrom fires one wide on a rush. The shots are 3-0 for the Caps at 3.5 minutes. So the Caps came out with some jump. It doesn't last, though. Hyman's denied as the Oilers press. Fogle with a rush chance. That saved. The Oilers push. They draw themselves a power play. During that, Fogle is denied. And it's killed off. But Samsonov is the one that kills this off. The Oilers had 10 straight shots at that point in the period. So that 3-0 shot lead for the Caps did not last. Ovechkin's denied and close. Nurse comes back out on the ice at this point after that shot block. The Caps have a 2-on-1. That fizzles out. There's end-to-end chances halfway through the period. McLeod nearly buries one as the Oilers press. He is denied again. 16 Oilers shots, 12 minutes into the game. So again, Samsonov, excellent start to the game. There's a press by the Caps with 7 minutes left. Mantha's blast deflects out. The Oilers get a power play. Kane is denied on a Yamamoto pass. McDavid has a feed to Kane. That's defended. So it's killed off. After that power play is killed off, Cassian fires one wide. Wilson is shaken up after colliding with Nurse. He skates off, and he went over to Nurse and gave him a pat. Like, it wasn't anything on purpose. And Wilson stays in the game. Then there's a near miss for Kane in the closing seconds. So it's scoreless after one, but good opportunities both ways. And really, it's scoreless because Samsonov was great. So 2:17 into the second period, the Capitals score. It is the first shot by either team in the period, and Backstrom gets the goal from Mantha and Oshie. So that is the 999th point in the career of Nick Backstrom. And he just spun it around and put it in the net 5 holes. So that's one that, Koskinen would want back. So Caps then press for another. Hyman then had a net drive that wouldn't go. Yamamoto with a net feed. That was cleared out. McDavid has a chance that's cleared by Karlsson. Then there's a power play for the Caps. Oshie can't bury one. Good cycle, though. Koskinen saves one on Oshie shortly after that. Schultz has a net drive. Lost the handle on it. And the Oilers killed it off. Caps go back to the power play. Net French chance for Oshie again. He just parked himself there in back-to-back power plays. Nurse defends on a Backstrom chance. That's killed off, and the Oilers then press after. Kane and McDavid can't bury one as the Oilers are getting opportunities. Then there's a too many men on the ice call against the Capitals, puts the Oilers on the power play, and they score on it. It's Yamamoto from McDavid and Bouchard at 12:01. So that ties the game at 1, and there's some momentum to this. Fogle kind of kills it, though, because he takes an offensive zone power penalty, so just a little overzealous. I think it was a holding penalty. Just gets overzealous there, and so the Caps go back to the power play. So the Caps score during that power play. 1,000th point for Backstrom, and Ovechkin collects the puck. But apparently Backstrom told his teammates, yeah, that's coming back. And it did. The power play goal doesn't count as it was offside. So give the puck back to the ref or a linesman. Oilers finish the kill. Then there's a 3-on-2 for the Oilers. Hyman fires one wide. Then there's a rush chance for Favari that was saved. But at 18:14, the Oilers get the lead. So where the Caps power play goal made it 2-1, doesn't count. Now the Oilers make it 2-1. It's CC from Ryan and Malone at 18:14. Brad Malone's first point since 2016 in the National Hockey League. And he's 32 years of age, and again, it's one of those good stories of a guy who's stuck with it. Now, it does help that the current Oilers coach, very familiar with Malone, and so there's a natural synergy between the two. So that one was on a turnover in a neutral zone. Wilson then had a rush chance that was saved and held after that. But after 2 periods, it's 2-1 in favor of the Oilers. Things look good for the home team, and they needed the win tonight. Third period, early press by the Oilers. McLeod has a blast that's saved. The Oilers get a power play at exactly 2.5 minutes into the period. Kane is robbed. There's some pushing after that. Fogle is denied. Caps did kill it off, but there were 6 shots for the Oilers during that power play. The Caps then get a power play, and they score. Oshie scores from Backstrom and Karlsson at 6:13. So now Backstrom has his 1,000th point on the assist. Yes, that does mean a video on the career of Nick Backstrom. And that goal went through Koskinen. So Koskinen had a good night, but if you're concerned with Koskinen, I don't know that tonight necessarily relieves that concern. But anyways, Ceci then has a blast deflect out. Orlov has a diving shot that's saved. Bouchard has a tip that goes wide, but then Malone, he scores from Cassian and Bouchard at 10:31. So I looked it up because they gave the date, but I wanted to see when. So first goal for Brad Malone since December 3rd of 2015. He scored that while he was with Carolina against the New Jersey Devils. He had one other goal that season. It was scored against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So it has been a while since he scored. Caps then try to answer. There's a near miss for Ovechkin. Pressed by the Caps with 7.5 minutes left. Nurse has a chance that's saved. The Oilers, it showed them having 40 shots, and then it dropped back down to 39. So they had 39 shots with 6 minutes left. And I don't think they had a shot after that, because the shot clock told me they didn't. Caps with a 3-on-2. Ovi whiffs on it. Draisaitl has a rush chance that won't go. Oilers ice the puck with 2:49 left, so the Capitals make the logical decision to pull the goaltender. 2:31 left, the Oilers ice the puck again. Then the Caps, they're guilty of an offside, which puts Samsonov back in the net until 1.5 minutes left when they get him out again. Backstrom defends a Draisaitl chance, so the Oilers not able to get that empty netter. Hyman beats out an icing call with 30 seconds left, but did not get an empty net goal. And the Capitals did get the puck, and they did come down the ice. And with 1.8 seconds left, Oshie scores from Carlson and Kuznetsov. He blasts it. It's a screenshot. That's one that, Koskinen, there was no chance for him on that one. It ties up the game. So for Oiler fans, I'm sure they weren't happy with the game at this point. So we go to overtime. Caps controlling the faceoff. Washington 3-7 in overtimes. Edmonton 2-4. So neither of these teams very good in overtime this season. Nurse has a shot that's blocked. Wilson has a chance to deflect out. McDavid and the fans both wanted a penalty call, which did not take place, so they were not happy with that. Ref said no. Caps with a 2-on-1. There's a post for Mantha. The Oilers thought there were too many Caps on the ice. The replay shows it depends on the ref, basically. Some refs would call that, some don't. And in this game, we have a ref that doesn't. Koskinen saves and then talks to the ref about the too many Caps on the ice. Basically, there were 4 guys, and the ref going, yeah. So Orlov has a shot that's blocked, and then the Oilers have a 2-on-1, and McDavid makes no mistake with it, wastes no time. At 3:27 of overtime, he scores it. Your final score is 4-3 for the Oilers. Again, they desperately needed this. They've got to stay in the playoff hunt. They're 31-23-4 with the overtime win. The Capitals 31-18-10. They've reached double digits now in overtime and shootout loss points. But it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since they had one, so it's not nearly as egregious as it was, say, early in the season. The shots in this one, 20-9 in favor of Edmonton in the first, 15-9 in favor of Washington in the second, 10-7 Edmonton in the third. Both teams had one shot in the overtime, Edmonton with the one that matters. Final shots 40-32, so like I said, it said 40 shots and then they dropped it to 39, and that was it for the Oilers' shots until that one in the overtime. Power plays, both teams go 1 for 4 on the power play. Samsonov saves 36 out of 40 in the loss. He was excellent. Koskinen saves 29 out of 32 for the victory. Your 3 stars are McDavid, Malone, and Oshie. So if you're a Columbus fan, Washington gets a point tonight. So yeah, that's the only team below that playoff line in the East that I think maybe could possibly, if things go wrong for Washington, have a chance. But the Caps do get that point. So there you go. You're caught up in this game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.